My coaching philosophy would be it's athlete centered. So it's not so much program centered, lift centered, whatever you want to call it. I focus on the athlete and what their goals are, what they're looking to get out of strength and conditioning. And a lot of that conversation starts when they're a recruit. So when recruits come in, I like to ask, what do you do training wise now? What drives you? What are your goals? And then some are different. Some want to come here and be an athlete and do 4 years and get a degree, and some want to go pro, and the motivations are going to be a little bit different. So I think a great part of our job that we get to deal with on a daily basis is diving into really what the true goals of these athletes and these young adults are, and then finding that within a day-to-day basis. And then just having conversations with them throughout their years and looking more on a macro table or macro cycle, as far as we're looking at 4-year development, 5-year development, continuing on after they graduate, seeing how they are with their families and how they grow with their within their profession or their career, whether they go pro, and staying in touch and all that stuff. And we talk about a big plus to our job and the way we do things here at Indiana is a lot of kids come back after they are done, and the first place they come is the weight room. They want to see their strength coach and who they used to work with, and they're like, I got kids now, or this is my job, I'm living in Austin, Texas, I'm out in California, and you keep in touch with them. And a lot of that is built on the day-to-day, how you go about your job and your work. So as far as my program, it's a holistic approach. It's sport-specific based, but it's more based on the individual and what drives them, what do they need, and what can I provide on a daily basis that will help them not only reach their goals here on a day-to-day basis, week-to-week basis, but long-term who they want to be. My favorite part around coaching is dealing with the maturation of the individual, who they grow as a person, getting to know what they want and what they want out of life and what out of college and things like that, and really developing the whole individual. And it's a job, but it's not a job, because we get to deal with 18 to 22-year-old individuals at a very high level, and we get to work with the ups and downs with them every day, and get to spill our life experiences onto them, and the mistakes that we've made or the things that we've done well, and kind of guide them through that. And it's even looking at my own career and how I started as a young coach and focused on X's and O's and kind of stubborn, and then growing as I get older and seeing what the profession is and how other strength coaches do it and how other coaches and other leaders in other fields do it, to then becoming a dad and having kids and how I treat my kids, and that spilling over into my athletes and how I deal with them on a day-to-day basis, and what light I see them and what light they see me in. So that's probably my favorite part, is more of that, the intangible part of it, as opposed to just the day-to-day basis, X's and O's kind of it. My advice to someone growing in the field or starting in the field, if you are young, I think there's a checklist you got to hit. You got to learn. You got to gather as much knowledge as you can. You got to get out and see other people. You got to ask questions, not be afraid. But the main thing would be is to bring your passion with you. So you don't enter into a job or a field and hope you find your passion. You have a passion inside of you, and there's a reason why you're here. Let that out. There's a lot of times I see young coaches is they're either reserved because they're afraid of putting out what they truly are, or they try to act like someone they've seen at a higher up level, or they try to act like someone else and what they've seen is succeed before. And if you are not yourself and you don't bring your passion and what geeks you up every day, then the athletes are going to read through that and see through that. They want authenticity. So I would say bring your passion, as opposed to find your passion in the job that you're doing. You bring your passion to the work, whatever you choose to do. Being part of Indiana Strength, to me, is being part of a collective of individuals that truly, they want to better themselves, they want to better the athletes, and they want forward momentum. They want to give the athletes forward momentum. They want to give themselves and their career and their lives forward momentum. And I also think this team is a very transparent and honest team, as far as, if we have disagreements or if we have agreements, whatever it is, we can talk about those and work those out and really strive for the betterment of the program, not only for the Indiana Strength program, but for Indiana University as a whole, the athletes here, the coaches, all that stuff. And it's an open culture to where you can be who you are. The passion that you have, it can be harnessed here and grown here. And it's just it's an amazing environment to be in. It's amazing energy to be down in I'd say the ground floor of what happens on a day-to-day basis in this entire athletic department. It's kind of the engine room, and it's an amazing environment to work in every day.